Sorry, next.
Sorry, next. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to taking it on the road.
We are on the road. If you haven't noticed, our backdrop's very different this week.
If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. We decided to finally live out what we've said we're going to do. And we made Dylan, our producer, pack it up and move us to a brand new, exciting new business opening in the Ballantyne village. Which just takes me back. Like, this is where I grew up. This is my stomping ground.
This is your hood.
Like, this was a hill when I was in high school, and we used to go four-wheeling up here and like burn boxes and
drink
a lot. We had a gazebo in our neighborhood, and my mom and her lady friends would go like power walking, and she'd be like, the gazebo is just filled with bottles of liquor and beer. It's so weird. I'm like, turn off the lights, Mom. You're being too loud.
Yeah, I'm hungover.
I don't know what you're talking about, but shh. Interesting.
I'm excited. I've been hearing about this awesome place for quite a while now. So we are going to have a guest on here in just a little bit. She's going to tell us all about it. But it's going to be great.
Before we break a sweat, we're going to have a little glass of champagne first.
Yes. It's called the Daily Pilates in Ballantyne. We're so excited to try it out tonight after a little champagne.
Yeah. The best workouts come with after a glass.
And we can't do the podcast without a drink in our hands. So.
Well, that was kind of the conundrum. We're like, all right, let's meet and at this new business and let's take this awesome class. Let's do it. And then Krista was like, well, wait, we haven't ever recorded without a drink. Even when I didn't want to, she shoved one down my throat.
Even when you're hungover about to throw up.
I was that day.
You're going to drink a glass of wine.
But anyway, I think it's going to make us more fluid.
Yes.
On the Pilates Reformer, which is my favorite way to take Pilates. I think it's such a phenomenal, low impact, beautiful way to make long and lean muscles.
Sculpted long and lean.
Yes. And by the way, I know we'll get into it more later, but this business is so like Kardashian beautiful, like monochromatic, like cream colored. Like, this is what Kim's house looks like, I think.
Probably.
You know?
I felt like when I walked in, it was like a spa.
Yes.
It just makes you relax. And the coloring, the decor, everything's beautiful.
Very soothing.
Yes.
Until the torture begins when that clock starts and we're like, hold what position for how long? This is so hard. Like a teeny tiny movement shouldn't
hurt.
You're
making me pulse.
Right. Easy work. Easy work. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah. So we're excited. We're going to have the owner, Kim Libretto, on here in just a minute.
Oh, fun.
And, so this week was fun. After our last podcast, we went to Tina Turner, the musical.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
We late on a school night again.
But it was so worth it.
It was.
Well, yeah. Krista and her sister just love to let loose. And like after the show, I'm like, all right, guys, love you. That was so fun. And they're like, let's go next door and have one more and get a pizza. And I'm like, what? Okay. I'm like, all right, let's go. There's no way you're going to be able to get a pizza, but I love y'all. This will be fun.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, about 20 minutes later, some boy at the door came holding a pizza for her. So cute.
So whose idea was it after that to go get another drink? Because I was talking to FCK and she was like, well, it wasn't my idea. And I was like,
it must have been yours.
It
definitely wasn't mine.
Okay. So I'll take the blame.
Yeah, then. I think it was yours. And then, let's just point out FCK is vegan, is a vegetarian, is all these lovely things. And like I love to point out, this is why I love her, because she's not going to die on the cross for it.
No.
Your son got a like Korean corn dog from Monarch Market, which is like kind of like a food hall. It's a really, really cool spot. I think, before a show or if you're in Charlotte with the kids and everyone can pick what they want to eat, but you can still eat together. Like it's that cool kind of environment. There's a couple other places similar, but Monarch Market is uptown. And it was right across from the theater where we were going. But so, yeah, your son wants to get like the Korean corn dog that you see on Instagram and do the cheese pull.
Yeah.
And it's like deep fried with potatoes on it and a big wad of cheese inside. And she's like, pass that over. Let me have a bite.
Let me have a nibble.
And she's like, I need some ranch.
Yeah.
I'm like, look at you.
And good ranch.
Vegan girl looking for her ranch and her eating her cheese.
You'll have 80-20 rule, 80-20, right? So
you try to abide by 80% of the time, but you want to live, so you let the other 20 happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, she did offer me pizza at the end of the night. I'm like, no, I don't want to take it from you guys. And she's like, eat some damn pizza.
Yeah. I know you're like, no. She's like, do it.
I mean, I'm like, I'm not afraid to eat pizza. I'm not anti-pizza. You were gung-ho about getting a pizza, so I don't want to take what pizza you have.
I don't want.
I'm afraid you'll fight me
hungry.
for that. Yeah, I'm afraid you'll fight me for that slice.
I know, but the restaurant we were at, 204, we had some Prosecco because we needed more. And then they gave us some ranch because their kitchen was closed. And
yeah, they don't stay open that late, which
yeah,
I think that's a fail. If you're next to, and I think Uptown Charlotte does this all the time when there's shows at Bank of America Stadium, or there's big concerts at Spectrum Center. You're about to have anywhere from 7 to 17,000 people, or 72,000 people at Bank of America Stadium pouring out of there into the streets of Uptown, and you can't get a bite to eat somewhere?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That is a shame. I feel like that's an opportunity of missed business, like a lost opportunity. So yeah, we go into 204 North because we love it there. It's a great spot also next to the theater. And yeah, the kitchen was closed, rightfully. I mean, it was like 11 on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
But again, the theater, is letting people out. I think they could have a late night menu.
They could get a few
But they did
patrons.
have ranch available, just, in the cooler. So he brought delicious ranch.
It was good. It was so good. FCK was talking about it the next day. She's like, that ranch. I'm like,
she was dunking her pizza, good, like the college days, in ranch, enjoying it thoroughly.
With some Prosecco.
By the way, so I had posted last week about the snake. I talked about it on the podcast, being followed by a snake, and then I posted the videos, and I'm still getting calls about it, of people being like, you have to move. You have to burn your house down. When does the exterminator come? And I'm like, it's just a black snake.
Yeah.
Like, you don't say that word. Like, people are definitely afraid of snakes, even the, quote unquote kind ones.
Well, it was huge.
It was huge.
Yeah.
It was huge.
It was quite a large snake
Mm-hmm.
and following you around.
I
don't think you have to move, but
I'm going to torch the place.
it probably scared the dog away.
Oh, and I'm watching a little French bulldog right now, too. I'm watching our friend Jillian's dog, who it used to be my dog.
Ex-dog?
It's my ex-dog. When I went through my separation, the first thing I purged was one of the animals that my husband had brought in. So she took the dog from me, and then she was going out of town this weekend. So she's like, you want Sammy back for the weekend? And I said, sure do. We'll take Sammy. So we're dog sitting him. And then I forwarded you this email. Maybe we'll put it up in post-production, but the Humane Society this weekend is doing a free adoption because they are overrun with dogs and maybe cats. I don't know. I skimmed over if it said cats.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a cat lover, so you guys well know. But yeah, dogs, if you're thinking about adding an animal to your family, they are just overrun right now. So starting this coming Saturday, when you guys hear this, all through the next 5 days, they're waiving adoption fees just to really help them thin out the animals that are there, and they just really need a lot of help. So
it's an emergency adoption event. Just because they're overrun. So
if you want a dog for the summer, right? What a perfect time, right? It's warm out, so you can be potty training them. It's way easier.
Yes.
Or maybe they're already potty trained. They just need someone to love them.
Yep. It's a Charlotte Mecklenburg Animal Care and Control. Saturday, June 21st from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
I feel like we do enough animal shaming on this show in one way or another. So I was like, let's give the Humane Society a little shout out and try to get them some help.
Yes. Except for dogs.
We love dogs.
Yes.
How's your dog? Is she out of heat yet?
Girl,
it has been awful.
She dripped blood everywhere. Yeah, she's almost done, but it's like a 90-day thing. Like,
they said it can be 2 weeks to 2 months or something.
Well, it said bleeding 7 to 10 days, but I tried to put a diaper on her. I think I talked about this last time, but she rips it off. So it's just been spot cleaning.
Happy. Yeah. No, it's just terrible.
And her hoo-ha is quadruple the size. It's huge. Poor thing. I'm like, girl.
You're like, are you cranky?
Do you want some chocolate? But yeah, no, I think it's right at the end of that. And then I think in another month or so, or everything, because her nipples and everything's swollen.
This poor girl.
So
welcome to womanhood.
Yeah, I know. My son's like, you're a woman.
Welcome. We're so proud of you.
Yeah. But yeah, so she's good. She didn't really act weird. Maybe a little needier, wanting more cuddles or something. But
everyone in your house has been pretty needy this year. How's the suit with the latest surgery? Is he recovered? Is he doing better?
He's doing much better. Yes.
And goodness. You guys are on speaking terms after the card incident?
After the baseball card. Mm-hmm.
Has he recouped any of the money yet?
He did. He just sold one card.
Good.
Yeah.
For profit. Or break even?
No. Well, no.
On what he bought it for. So he sold it for profit?
He sold one card, but we're in the negative a lot.
Well, yeah. But that one card that he sold, did he sell it for what he bought it for? Or did he sell it for more?
So I don't really know how it works. They buy these packs of cards.
Okay.
And Dylan, correct me if I'm wrong, but they buy these packs of cards, and then you think that there's one card in there, possibly a few cards that are worth something, right? But you really don't know what's in the pack.
It's like the luggage at the airport or something, or buying this storage wars. You buy the storage containers.
But he has some cards, because I've been pissed about this. So, and by the way, all of his buddies at the lodge that he hangs out with were showing him the clips of us talking about it. And he's like, you talked about this? I was like, yes.
You're like, yeah, that's how mad
angry.
I've been at you.
So yeah, he's recouping some of that. So that's good.
Okay, good. Get to work.
Yeah. I'm like, sell it, buddy.
Sell them. You want to buy them? Buy low, sell high.
Exactly.
That's the thought.
So yeah, we're good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We don't like it when mom and dad fight.
I think I'm still angry though, deep down.
Oh no, it's bubbling. Oh no.
But no, but yeah, he's feeling better. He's for the first time, we had the music festival, and I think the day before he was finally seemed like himself, and he hasn't seemed like himself in a while.
Health-wise, from his back, not because he was in the doghouse.
Yeah, and being in pain, and I can't relate to that kind of pain, and he tries to explain it, but I think anybody that has had back pain like that,
chronic pain,
nerve pain, can relate to how just debilitating it is. So when he had the last surgery, they didn't tell us this, but I guess your other side will get that nerve pain, and we, but now that's, lighter. So that's good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, and what's the next big concert you guys are doing? Do you have a few weeks off, or are you going
we're going
country
to
festival?
Yeah. Barefoot Country Music Fest, which is this next weekend with Rascal Flatts, Lainey Wilson, Jelly Roll, Jason Aldean. It'll be good.
I want to go to that one.
I told you, come on.
I know. Come on.
Yeah. Dylan, Connor going. We got all of our kids going.
I know, but we got to fly to Philly and then go to New Jersey.
Yeah. Or you can have a fancy friend that flies you straight to Cape May.
I can't fly. I can't go with that fancy friend anymore because I'm choosing to be married.
I know.
It's so great.
It's so fun. Yeah. But yeah, we fly to Philly, we rent a car and drive. It's only an hour and a half from there.
All right. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you could fly into Atlantic City was closer where was
it's
closer.
Just more expensive and you connect. So
you have to connect to fly to Atlantic City?
I think so. Right. I don't think it's direct. So
let's just work hard enough we can get our own plane.
Exactly.
Come on. Who wants to sponsor this show?
I know.
Mama needs a plane.
I know. Mama needs a few planes.
Mama needs a few planes. Let's do it.
I know.
We're rolling deep. We want to bring all of our friends like you.
Exactly. All of our friends. So it's going to be great. We're looking forward to it. Recovering from CCMF. And then the weather up there is going to be great. It's much cooler, which is nice.
I know. It's already like summer heat here.
Yeah.
I got a pool, but it's a money pit right now.
Yeah.
Every day, every week, my pool guy calls me with another problem, saying things like, you have a commercial size pool with residential size equipment.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, yeah, but that's what they built it with. Like, why? Like, what? And he's like, it's just done. It's done. It's tuckered its own little heart out. But
oh no.
First we did a drain, and then we did a salt cell, and now he wants me to do the pump, and then I'm on my third vacuum, and these vacuums are like $1,500, right?
Like the pool cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm on my third or fourth pool cleaner now this summer, and I already had to replace the salt cell this summer, and now he's calling me saying, your pump can't keep up. You need a new pump. Like
your pump can't keep up.
My pump can't keep up, man. And I said, you sound like my liver. We're trying, but I don't want that bill right now. I'm like, just keep shocking it. Just throw some salt in there. The kids are fine.
Is it green?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. The suit's our pool boy.
Mm-hmm.
He does a good job.
Y'all turn your hot your heater on your pool all the time.
Yeah. I mean, not now, because now it's so
warm
hot,
enough.
But I like it at 90. And so when it's
the regular pool.
Wow. It's like a giant hot tub. You can float in it and put movies on at the bar.
I mean, that is the perfect temperature. Yeah.
Everybody makes fun of me until the sun goes down and it's chilly, and then you're in the 90-degree water. You feel good.
Let's go. My kids like our hot tub at 95. So I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Fine. Fair enough. Maybe we'll take this show to the pools next time.
Yes. We can
indoor, outdoor. There's a couple other businesses we want to go to too. Like Fahrenheit Uptown.
Yeah.
We want to go to Blumenthal Performing Arts too. These are people we've talked to that have said yes. It's just a matter of logistics. Like my husband was like, why don't you do it on the road every week? I'm like, because this isn't actually either one of our jobs.
Right.
Like we don't have the time to follow up and email again and check 4 people's schedules.
Yeah.
The businesses, our producers, hers and mine, to navigate all of it, because this does not pay us an income.
Not yet.
It's just a hobby, basically. Yeah. It's our excuse to hang out and have a bottle of wine every week.
I know. It's wonderful.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm excited to talk to Kim a little bit more.
I know. Let's bring
and
her out
have
here
her
soon.
on and the Daily Pilates. And yeah, we'll be right back.
Brought to you by the Daily Pilates. And we're back with part 2 of Sorry Next.
We are back with Kim Libretto here. Cheers. Congratulations on the opening of the Daily Pilates.
Cheers, Kim.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
And I was just thinking about this. Your son, Dylan, is our producer. And is he going to have to watch us take a Pilates reformer class after this? Like, has he ever seen a workout like this? Or old ladies like me get
No, Dylan's taking the class.
even better?
Hi.
He's like, no way.
I recently took a Pilates reformer class and the instructor's boyfriend came in and took it. And within 4 minutes, he walked out. And then he sat like at the door. And I was dying to know. I didn't know it was her boyfriend or anything, but I'm dying to know. I'm like, if he couldn't hang, why is he hanging?
Yeah.
So then he was like, he comes up to her at the end. He's like, sorry, I got lightheaded. I haven't eaten breakfast. And I'm like, see, that's how hard this is. Like men under, at least to my experience, reformer Pilates is a dominantly female workout in my mind, and men underestimate how freaking challenging it is.
Yeah.
The class Uptown we used to take there was a lot of men in it. I would say that one was 60% women.
Yeah.
Because it was Uptown, like the hospital was there. It was like smart metropolitan men there.
Smart.
And I'm thinking this South Charlotte Ballantyne area, Kim, you will have just as much success with both genders.
Well, speaking of men, we are planning to do a Pilates for dudes, maybe once a month. My husband does love Pilates. He's actually the reason why I got into Pilates. It was his idea.
Was it?
It was my idea in the very beginning. Wow. He had a knee thing. And he was like, he had heard that doing pre-therapy for a knee replacement was really great for recovery. So one day he was like, let's go take this Pilates class. And I was
on a reformer or mat?
On a reformer.
Ooh.
And so we went to an intro class and I fell in love immediately. As soon as I laid down on the reformer, I was like, you get to lay down and work out?
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so really he took classes with me for months and months, maybe even a year, that he was in almost every class that I was in.
Really?
So he really loves Pilates too. And since he's been doing it for so long, he's talked to all of our guy friends about it and everybody's interested.
Hyped him up.
They're a little intimidated.
Yeah.
To come in and take a class with a bunch of women who do know what they're doing.
Right.
So
who look like us.
And that too.
Smoke shows.
Exactly.
Just kidding.
And so we do want to do a Pilates for dudes. We'll see what happens with it. We'll give it a go.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, let them have like their intro class to be comfortable where it's only them.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea because with the suit and his back stuff, the doctor's like, you need to be doing Pilates. You need to work on your core. And a lot of men are just lifting weights at the gym, not
absolutely.
So I think that's great. More men need to do it.
Small muscles too that they don't work out, that you can't work at the gym.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how strong you are. I mean, if you see all the athletes that are doing Pilates these days too, it's a big thing these days. Once they've realized that it's actually beneficial for everything, every aspect of your body, and especially as you get older, or if you're moving and if you're a runner and all those little muscles that you just never even knew that you weren't working. You don't even know that you have.
It's one of those that's like such a good mental challenge too, because you're constantly kind of fighting the clock on this one, like in a reformer Pilates, where you're in this like crunch, like a pretzel, and you're working your oblique, and then you feel up by your rib. Like, I didn't even know there was a muscle up there, but you can tell you're not just working your oblique, like you're so high or you're so over, and it's nuts. And then you got to do it for like 90 more seconds. And it's a mental game at that point too, where you're like, my legs are shaking so bad. I can't hold myself up anymore.
Yeah. You're like, please don't do any more obliques.
Right.
Yeah, Pilates is a lot about mind-body connection.
Yeah.
That is one of the main principles of Pilates.
Yeah.
A lot of men don't realize that, but it's fun to get in and watch them on a reformer.
And I like with Pilates and the reformer is like, you can choose to like really challenge yourself, right? And you can see the progression. But if you were like not feeling right, or you had a lot of wine, you can come in and still have a great workout and just take it a little easy, right? Like
absolutely. Every class can be made your own. You don't have to, we like to build here at the Daily, so that you have options.
Yeah.
And like you said, if you're not feeling it, or if your body just isn't loving something that day, because every day is different. And then also one side works better than the other usually too. So we like to give everyone options so that you can make each class your own.
So is that why it's called the Daily Pilates?
Or that's
every
a really
day is
good
different?
question.
Did you name it?
I did not. This is a franchise.
Okay.
Lily is in Atlanta, and she had been teaching Pilates for a while. Her first studio she opened 10 years ago, I believe it was now. She's been teaching Pilates for 20 years. But that is a really great question. I never asked her why she named it the Daily, but I just assume because it's like a daily habit that you want to. That's what it is for me.
Yeah.
It's something that I would like to incorporate into
every single day. I'm like, I try to get in 2 times a week. Pilates, like
it's truly an obsession for me.
Yeah.
It was immediately.
Like you feel like something's missing if you don't.
Yeah.
But when you were just describing how you make it your own, depending on what type of day you're having, I don't know, that's what made me think of, is that why it's called the Daily Pilates?
Yeah.
Where are we at today?
Yeah. Where are we? Okay. We had a lot of wine.
That a lot too, as I'm cueing, find where you're at today, how you feel in your body today. You can't tell. And women, we have cycles. So every day is truly a different day.
It's a different day.
And that means it's not meant for one ideal person. Like in my mind, when I think about reformer Pilates or the studio that looks like this, it's just like monochromatic. It's dark. There's cream feathers. Like it's beautiful, spa-like, serene. And it's just going to be like these beautiful girls in these matching workout outfits that are in killer shape, either naturally or because they do these types of workouts. But like my dad likes to take reformer Pilates and he's got, a Santa Claus belly for the last 50 years, like all tight, he's had 2 hip replacements, a knee, a spinal fusion, and he's like, I'm so glad this is walking distance to my house. The Daily can be, it can be any, the misconception is it's someone that looks like that, but it's not. It can be any body type. Anyone can walk in and do these because they're all adjustable to what you're at that day.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And as you're saying that the neutrals in the beautiful space and it's just for women, it's not just for women, but also you don't just have to wear neutrals whenever you come to take classes.
Okay, we can be a neon or
all the time. I don't like for my instructors to wear bright colors or anything that's not neutral. That we allow them to wear black and any color that they like, but we just don't want them to wear bright colors because we have all of the big mirrors and we don't want that to be distracting for the clients.
Right.
But the clients, you can wear
whatever you want.
Yeah, but we get that question often.
Yeah, your
That's
Instagram,
so
the Daily Pilates Ballantyne, I think is the Instagram handle. And I saw everyone's outfits and I was like, God, they look so beautiful and monochromatic. I'm like, can I wear? So I just I'll be safe in black.
In black, yeah.
Because I had navy on earlier today because I took another Pilates class already today. I'm a little nervous. I'm going to be shaking.
You're going to be hurting.
It's okay. I won't be too hard on you guys. We have some beginners in the class.
So
again, you'll be able to make it your class.
Yes.
Build whenever you want to build. And
give us your worst. Yeah. We want to suffer.
I know. Well, I told Kim.
Yeah.
I said, make it hard. She's like, does your friend have Pilates experience? I'm like, yeah, make it hard.
Yeah. Punish us. We like it. Yeah. No pain, no gain. Or just that's the beauty in it, right? It's as soon as you're done, you're like, that was so hard, but so good.
So good.
And you don't get winded. It's not running. I want to be in shape. I want to have the fat burning capabilities of a runner, but I don't want to be winded and do miles. And that's what this kind of stuff does for your body. It's incredible.
Yeah. So I know you said Mike was kind of the one that got you guys into doing this. So tell us a little bit about more of the story.
Your serial entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So we had Coltrane's in Plaza Midwood.
Yep.
And I was kind of running that. That was my baby. That was my job.
What was that?
It was a rotisserie chicken
Okay.
restaurant in Plaza Midwood.
Nice.
And we were done with that. And so then it was like, what do I do next?
Right.
And I didn't want to go work at the pizzeria because then
Libretto's pizza
every day.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. I really couldn't walk in there without having a slice.
And that's
so
good.
Not reality.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to eat pizza all day, every day. And it is good pizza. And we make it with olive oil. There are no seed oils. It's the best pizza that you can get. But
I'm going to tell my sister that.
Yeah. We even use beef tallow in our fryers now too. So
nice.
And get wings and chicken tenders.
Yeah.
So as we were, discussing this and they needed a little help at the restaurant, but like I said, I couldn't do it every day. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
And then this actually popped up on my Instagram and Lily had just started franchising. So I showed it to Mike and he was like, I would build that for you. And I was like, no way, really? I was just kind of like, look how beautiful this studio is. And
right.
he's like, I would build that for you. And I was like, all right, let's go.
Let's go into business.
We went down to Atlanta. We met Lily and loved her studios, loved her design. But more importantly, I loved her style of teaching. I had been to several different instructors at this point. We had taken private classes. We had done, all the things. And she was amazing. And I felt like I got the most out of that workout. And again, just loved the style.
Yeah.
And so here we are. That was a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago now. And it took a little bit for us to find a space. But once we did and got the ball rolling, here we are.
Yeah. And a great location.
In Ballantyne Village near like the Blackfin, there's the movie theater, right? Is that still up there?
I believe that's still there.
The movie theater.
We're in between FedEx and Panera Bread.
That's right.
Yeah. Across from the Ballantyne Hotel.
Yep. Near Ballantyne Country Club. Yeah. I don't think the bushes I took out in high school have ever grown back, but that's neither here nor there.
It's fine.
That was interesting to hear that this used to be a hill.
Yeah.
So when I moved here in 1998, when I was in my mother's stomach. Just kidding.
Not.
The 4 pillars, like at the intersection of Johnston Road, right when you get off 485, it was just 4 pillars and all like farmland. And then Ballantyne Country Club was kind of the first thing that was there. And we were like the 8th home on the front 9. And then they put in like the Harris Teeter side first, where the Harris Teeter is across the way. That was on the same. That was first
near Libretto's.
Near Libretto's, and then this was just like a huge hill for the longest time, where we'd just go 4-wheeling up here.
That's wild.
It was crazy. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm. Because there was nothing else. Like we drove to the Arboretum to get to McDonald's, which is like we took 485, a couple exits up just to go get a burger. There was nothing down here, and then. What did it used to be? I think
84 years ago.
Yeah, where Libretto's is. It used to be like it was like a Checkers or Cluckers. It was some chain, not an Applebee's, but similar.
Huh.
And we used to go there. And then I worked at the Providence Bistro, like fine dining restaurant that opened in that shopping center too. And I was a lifeguard down the street. Like, this is where I grew up. So my daughter's actually at the neighborhood pool across the way right now. And I'm like, you guys can walk up after. See me die in Pilates. I'll buy you dinner over here. And my dad's like, I'm taking your daughter for ice cream. We'll be fine.
Okay.
Enjoy your workout.
Oh, there's a nice gelato place next door. Tifa's. They just opened up.
Nice. Really? Okay.
They've been there.
I'd prefer him to eat gelato. That's
delicious.
Yeah. It's a lot healthier too.
A lot better. Yeah. So the workout's an hour or 50 minutes?
50 minutes.
Okay.
And you wear socks. Grip socks.
Grippy socks required for safety, and also because our reformers are light colored, and people like to wear bright red toenail polish. We want to cover that up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So it doesn't get all over the reformers. But yes, grippy socks required, mostly because we do a lot of standing on the reformers.
Yeah,
not necessarily
I like that.
In the beginner classes, because we want people to build up those smaller muscles and their obliques specifically, because you don't realize that you don't really work those all that often.
I just think it's more sanitary too, on a personal level. As a patron, like walking through the airport TSA, if you're not TSA pre-check, like it's disgusting. Everyone's stepping barefoot. So I know, like, especially ever since COVID, the classes, they always give you a couple wipes, and you do wipe down all the equipment. But I know I like that I have socks on, and everyone else does too, because people don't like feet.
Yeah, no one.
Just wear your socks. It's fine.
Yeah. I agree with that. We also go behind everyone and do another extra special clean.
Good for you.
Just, you want to make it as nice and neat.
Yeah.
We're women and we have to clean up after ourselves all day. So let's just help that out. Let's keep this space nice and beautiful. And we shed.
Yeah.
And so, if you could just get the hair out of the way so I don't.
Yeah.
So I can pretend like no one else has ever been on this reformer before.
That's what you want. Yeah.
They do. Awesome. It looks brand new. Everything looks so beautiful.
It is. It's beautiful. I
Very
know.
Spa-like and calming. We got to lower our energy. We can't get too crazy before class.
I know. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so you
open
guys
7 days a week. Open what?
Open 7 days a week.
Okay.
We on Saturdays and Sundays we only have 4 classes. So from 8:30 to I believe 12:15 is the start time for the last class.
Okay.
Nobody wants to work out Saturday evenings or Sunday evenings.
Yeah. I don't.
But we do have 6 a.m. classes Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Okay.
If that works out and people want more, then we will absolutely give them more.
Yeah.
But that's a good starting point for now. And
and then like a lunchtime and an evening or lunchtime afternoon.
We have classes throughout the day, all day. The last class starts at 7 something, 7-ish. I don't have my schedule memorized, and we don't do it on top of the hour every hour, because we do a 25-minute break in between each class. That way our instructors have time to have a snack, potty, clean up after the other people, you know, those kind of things, so that everybody's not rushing through. We're not just trying to churn them and burn them here. We want everyone to have an experience. We don't need to, you know, shove everybody out the door.
In 10 minutes, right, in between.
I love that.
We want it to be more like a spa experience. It's more relaxing, and, you know, just staying in tune with your body. And people will still have to rush, obviously, because we're busy people, but we want to give them the time to, our instructors especially, the time to take a minute. Because it can be tiring to speak for 50 minutes straight. And then you do that over and over. Which, you know,
and then adjusting, right? Making adjustments,
taking the springs off. And every time you guys are quiet, I'm always like, can we quit now? Is this when we can? And if you keep talking, I'm like, all right, there. She's about to say change. She's about to say change, or 5, 4. They're about to count us down.
So there's going to be a bunch of women here tonight. I'm excited to see and take a class.
Some friends coming in. We're just doing I guess little practice classes, so that we can work out any kinks that we may have. Make sure
I think that's great.
Make sure we have our directional cues down, and plus just a first look for our friends that we you know, we appreciate all of the support that we've gotten from everyone. It's been so amazing. Like I could literally cry every time that I see someone supporting. It's just it's so beautiful to see everybody.
Well, you guys are awesome people, and I think everybody's just so excited for you.
You've been in town doing the right thing with so many businesses for so long that it's easy to say, oh, okay, this is their next thing. We can get on board with this because you did the other things right. You know, the right way, and made people happy. And
I need to try some of the other pizza. I've never had it.
Oh yeah, they sell them at like the THC stores. Like there's some frozen pizzas.
Where? Tell us about that.
So in order to find the locations, we're in over 60 locations now. You can get them at Common Market, Rhino Market. Crown Town was our first location to get in. We love those guys. They're amazing. We're in all of the Apothecas now. And then there are also some personal shops that are, you know, just family owned that we're in. So in order to find that, you can get on our website, spinellos.com, and there's a location finder, and it'll show you the nearest.
Say it again. Spinellos.
Spinello is actually Italian slang for joint or weed. So you take the New York Italian man and you throw in some weed pizza.
There you go.
That's how we got the name for that. But the pizzas are fantastic.
You can't even tell until like 20 minutes later.
It kicks in pretty quickly. They taste delicious. They're made just like Libretto's pizzas, and they're frozen. And then there are 40 milligram pies, and there are 80 milligram pies. They are, I forgot the exact, I think they're 12 inches, but they're like individual personal size pizzas. My husband and I usually split them.
Seriously. You're like, I want to eat more, but I can't right now.
I mean, I could. It just depends on what you want to do for the rest of the day. Are you trying to sit at home on the couch and watch movies? Or do you want to go and be productive, or go to a show, or you know, what are you trying to do?
You got to know the level.
Exactly.
What are you trying to accomplish?
But you cut them into 8 slices. That way you can like tell, you know, if you've got a 40 milligram, each slice is going to be 5 milligrams. If you have an 80 milligram, then each slice will be 10. So people usually know their dose. But, you know, you start out small and then add on, build on, and it kicks in pretty quickly. So you can, you know, after 30 minutes, if you feel like you want more, then go ahead and eat a little more.
Krista and I have made that mistake. We have not known I'm
sure everyone.
Our dosage.
I know people that haven't.
We've been at a concert mute before. I'm like, that was not the right call.
Someone take me home.
But I'm sure you had fun regardless.
We had a really good time.
We did. That's so, and it's in the crust, right? You guys.
It's in the crust.
Okay.
In the dough.
Okay.
Super cool.
I know. I've been hearing about this for a while now, and I'm like,
and it has like a funny slogan on it, doesn't it? Doesn't it say like take and bake? Like it's like a play on the words, but it says it
pizza, feel groovy. Yeah. My husband is brilliant.
So fun.
And I was so very impressed whenever he came up with this. It was something that he had always kind of talked about, and then once he really started playing around, he likes to say that it took him forever, but it really, like, I feel like he got it down pretty quickly.
Pretty quick. Yeah.
And everything's tested. It's legal.
Yeah. It's legal.
Yeah.
But you can see there's a QR code on there, so you can scan that and it'll show you the test results from the different batches. And you can see that, everything that's in there and all the goodness. And we're healthy people by nature anyway. So he's making this as healthy as he can because we want to be able to enjoy it as well.
Yeah. That's super cool.
Yeah,
I know.
Definitely try it out. I suggest it for everyone. I'm sending one to my grandmother the next time I go home.
Oh, good.
I want to try that pot pizza.
Yeah.
Like, we can call it that, Grandma,
Grandma.
but it's legal. So you don't even have, like, the stereotype and the taboo around it are hopefully going away more and more because older people, younger people, everyone, especially as it becomes legal, like, instead of having a beer at the end of the day, you can have that and relax or get pain, inflammation to go down, or the benefits are just, we're only learning about all the benefits now. So it's not just such crazy college kids when we were younger.
Right. Just playing around.
Yeah.
The distillate that he uses is a sativa base too. So it's not like going to make you want to pass out.
Yeah.
You can, if you eat enough of it, it will still make you sleepy, but it's like such a good high. It just makes you want to, I don't know, mingle and like you don't want to lay down. You want to enjoy yourself.
Someone explained it to me once and said sativa is like social and indica is in the couch.
Yes.
That's right. So if you're ever shopping or ever you see a product that is legal or wherever you are and you're trying to determine the two kinds.
Yeah.
If you are like a social drinker and you want it for personality or you want it for something else, then you want that kind. And if you want to watch a movie and be like zoned out, or you want it for sleep, you want it for other things, then that's when you want the indica. So that's the kind of trick I learned is Indicouch.
Yes.
Indica,
I learned that in Vegas when we went to a dispensary and Jenny was with us.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't understand what is what. And so that's how she explained it. I was like, oh,
best way because you never forget that.
No, I'm like,
word association. We all learned. Yeah. Who's Jenny?
Sense. Jenny works with Southern Entertainment. She runs pretty much all of our festivals. I mean, she does an amazing job. She's sweet. Is she coming tonight?
No, she's going. I think she went straight to Barefoot.
Oh yeah, she's probably there. That's right. She said, yeah.
Yeah, so sad. She really, really wanted to be here.
Bet.
We love Jenny.
Yeah,
she's awesome. Shout out to Jenny. She is amazing.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I get so territorial. I'm like, what friend do you have that I don't know? Who's Jenny?
I know.
Do tell. No.
She's sweet. You would love her. You would totally love her. Yeah, but yeah, she's the one that taught me that. We went to Vegas and she was telling us. So I was like, okay, got it. Check.
Right. Other things are legal in Vegas than they are in North Carolina at this date and time. But you never know what'll happen someday.
I know.
We know people working hard to make it legal. So we'll see.
Yeah. Make sure you vote correctly.
That's right.
Yes. Well, we missed you guys at CCMF.
Oh, I know.
But I knew you guys.
FOMO.
I know.
We thought we might make it. Like, we thought we were gonna have like a game time decision, and we would just like, maybe we would drive up on Friday because I really wanted to see Lainey Wilson because she got rained out last year.
Yes.
And she's got so many new songs out, and I love her. I'm such a big fan.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to see everyone, but if I could like narrow it down, I was like, okay, Friday night might be the best night that we could go.
Yeah.
But it was just impossible. I would have been hurting too bad. I mean, these days it's a 2-day hangover, no matter what I do.
Right.
And that's just not smart.
Damn age.
Business, right?
Yeah.
40,
I know. I was like, you coming? You're like, I'm like, I know. I totally get
so
it.
Bad, so bad. I was like skipping through everyone's stories on Instagram because I want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because I hate missing out, but also I was like so jealous.
Yeah. You're like, don't show me any more content like this.
Exactly. Mike's like, oh, it's raining. I was like, oh, good. But I love it when it rains there because then you like, I mean, it sucks for having to, evacuate, and it is a thing, but also it just like brings everybody together because you're all in it together.
Yeah.
You're all soaking wet and, dealing with all the same things. And it's just part of it. I don't know that there's been a year that it hasn't rained. Honestly,
it's rained. Yeah. At least every year, one night.
Yeah.
But this year was the worst we've had in 10 years.
That was such a terrible storm.
I know. So we were like,
for afar and saying prayers for you guys.
Yeah.
Because
keep drink sales up. That's what we need. We need everyone in there getting drinks.
And then on a Thursday night too.
I know. And we were able to open the doors back up. We were worried we weren't. And then the artists were great working with us to shorten their set so we could get the last 3 up. We only had one artist that didn't go on. But yeah, I mean, sometimes artists are like, no, I'm not shortening anything.
Oh, I heard your last podcast when you were talking about Travis Shred. I was there for that. And it was a little sad. Like, you're just like, Travis, but Shred, I love you since the 90s. Like, come on.
Something.
Wow, man.
Yeah. But give everybody the love.
But Miranda Lambert was great. And she's like, no problem. I'll just play late. And the city obviously supports CCMF so much. So it worked out. But yeah, it was
Bob
funny.
Durkin Day.
Yeah.
Bob Durkin Day is on
Bobby
June
Durkin
6th.
Day. Yes.
Oh.
But yeah.
Wait, and Kim, you said, speaking of, you were skipping people's stories on Instagram for the FOMO and stuff, but tell everyone all the Instagrams that for like the Daily Pilates and yours or the pizza place or everything.
Handles?
Yeah, all the handles.
Okay, so we're the Daily Pilates Ballantyne.
Okay.
And then we have Libretto's Pizzeria and Spinello's. I think it's Spinello's Pizza. Mike's gonna kill me that I don't.
We'll share it.
I'm trying.
We're trying to learn how to add the images and stuff in post production. So this can be a test for Dylan and us to see, can we like learn how to link them up on the videos and show them, air them as we say it. Like we have the automatic captions come up, but we can, obviously we can type them in too. So we'll type in and make sure we link them all.
We get it
I
right.
really appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate
Thanks
you.
for having us.
I know your story.
I appreciate inviting me to come out to do the class. And then I was like, hey, we could do our podcast and you were all about it. And I love it. And this is beautiful. And it's going to be so successful. So
no, we want to see you keep kicking butt.
Yeah.
Doing
come
awesome
check
things.
out Kim at the Daily Pilates.
Yeah,
you will love it. You feel like you're walking into a spa.
It is. That's the whole goal. And you guys are always welcome.
Yeah.
And people can get the monthly membership, or you can get single class passes. You can get packs.
About that. Yeah, we have we have a monthly unlimited membership, and then we also have just a drop-in class if you just want to come in and try it out first before you commit to a package. We have a 3-pack for the newbies, we have a 5-pack, we have a 10-pack, and we have a 20-pack, and those all last like you get I think 6 months on all of those packages, so that you can kind of spread them out. Of course, we want you here every day, but
is that
what's
I think like recommended? Like I know working out, they say you should work out every day, but like is Pilates, if you do a HIIT workout, they say you can't do another high intensity for 24 hours. Like, is there a general rule of thumb for reformer Pilates?
You can absolutely do Pilates every single day.
Nice.
And you do it every day.
I do.
You look amazing.
Thank you. I also added in some weight training recently too. Just because I didn't have that before. Like I'd seen personal trainers. We were members of gyms. Mike was my little personal trainer for a while. And it was just nothing I could ever really get into.
Yeah.
So once I got into Pilates and then I like started leaning out, then I started adding in some weight training. So I do weight training. If I can, I do both. I do Pilates and weights every single day, but that's just because I have a little bit of an obsessive personality. And also you got to have abs if you want to sell abs.
Yeah.
So,
girl.
As I knew I was opening a studio, I was like, I got to kick this.
I'm not eating any pizza.
Well, I do eat pizza on Sundays.
Okay.
Sunday is our cheat day.
There you go.
And
oh, that's so cute. You're like The Rock. Because he has Sundays as cheat day.
This is Mike's idea.
Yeah.
I let Mike take control of those things. So because I can't be trusted. I would literally eat pizza and pasta every day if I could get away with it.
So Mike helps keep you.
For sure. And I would eat like a child. Like,
and does he do a lot of the cooking like on the home front? Because the suit cooks for Krista usually. So
he used to do all of the cooking actually, but then we got an oven with an air fryer. So we eat steaks. We're meat eaters now.
Yeah.
So we do like little burgers and eggs and stuff in the morning, and then we do steaks in the evening, and we usually only eat twice a day. So we just kind of split that up. I have lately been doing most of the cooking, but that's because he was building me a studio and building a Spinello's brand, and he has a restaurant, and he also does appraisals. So he's not just like sitting around.
No, that man doesn't sit.
You guys stay busy.
Is he coming tonight?
He wants to pop in at the end, but he's doing a Spinello's tasting at one of the Apotheca locations. I'm not sure, but he's going to try really hard to pop in at the end so he can say hi to everyone.
Oh, I'm so happy for you guys. What an awesome story.
He's wonderful. You both are so wonderful.
Wait, we need to go over this diet plan too, or not diet plan, but this eating, like your food theory is more meat, less veggies.
We actually don't eat any vegetables anymore. We do fruit.
Okay.
We do a lot of dairy.
And what's it called? Like, is the theory
animal based?
Okay.
What it's called.
Like, is it what is it called? The carnivore diet?
Yeah, but with carnivore, I think they do only meat.
Right.
And we don't do that. Like, we'll do honey and fruit. Also like tomatoes and zucchini and squash. That's all considered fruit. So we eat that occasionally. Butternut squash, spaghetti squash, all those kind of things. But we really mostly just eat meat and eggs. That's really, and it's
meat,
worked out
eggs,
for us.
fruit.
They say that vegetables, like there are different theories about this, but that vegetables can't protect themselves the way that animals can. So they release chemicals whenever you eat them. So if you ever get gassy or bloated, then that means it's just not agreeing with you, and maybe it's not something that you should eat.
Yeah.
And for Mike specifically, it was like vegetables just didn't really agree with him so much. And when we cut it out, he started feeling better, and I feel great too.
Yeah.
I started seeing a huge difference. I had gained 20 pounds going through some hormonal things.
Yeah.
And once we started eating strictly meat, number one, I was satiated all the time. Like I didn't crave things like I used to.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy with
like
my
salty
meal.
or sweet. You weren't like, I need to have dessert.
No, I don't have any cravings really. I'm just hungry or I'm not. And then if I eat something that I shouldn't, it makes me so tired, and it just like
you can feel the effect.
Ruin my day.
Yeah.
Like my whole afternoon.
Fascinating.
And so because of that feeling, it makes it so easy to stick to this because I don't want to be tired. I have too many things to do, and
you don't want to feel bloated and feel
all that. Yeah. But I will on a Sunday if I can go lay on my couch afterwards.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
I love Brussels sprouts so much, but I feel like I burp them up, or it's like they're not good for me. But I love eating them.
Yeah,
so that's the exact example.
Well, it's just like I love to eat potato chips too. You just have to pick your battles, right?
Yeah,
that's all it is.
And you've had blood work done and stuff, and like cholesterol's fine, everything's fine. I think that's people want to harp on that and say, I bet your triglycerides are through the roof. And I'm like, well, I bet if someone is adopting this lifestyle, they're looking into that.
Absolutely. I've had so much blood work done just to check different things. Mostly for me, it was hormones and you know, making sure that all those things were level. But I am not a doctor, so I don't want to say anything about like cholesterol and those things, but I do think that people should deep dive into cholesterol and learn more about it, because cholesterol isn't the big bad thing that everybody makes it out to be, in my opinion.
There's good cholesterol and there's bad cholesterol, and then blood tests, what does that show?
Trying to say are bad. From my research that I've done, and me personally, I'm not upset if my cholesterol is a little bit high, although it's not. Even though, and all I eat is meat. My cholesterol is in what the doctors say is the normal numbers.
Sure.
But I do recommend that everyone deep dives into cholesterol and stays far away from cholesterol medication if they can, because I've heard just so many bad things about it. My grandmother being one of those people, just watching her decline once they put her on cholesterol medication.
Well, and the thought of staying on a prescription for life,
right,
I think is the first step for a lot of people when they want to learn something else. Is I had a cousin who had, his whole family had high cholesterol. He'd lost relatives early on from heart disease and things. So that first time in his 30s, when they said you have high cholesterol, let's put you on this medicine, he was like, I don't want to. But his initial reaction was to go vegetarian, and he went vegetarian for like 6 to 9 months, and it didn't get any better. And he's like, well, screw that. Like, I hate not eating meat.
Yeah.
And now he's found his own way to level it out. And it just depends on what you're eating, how you're eating and how your body's going to process it compared to the other things you're adding to it. So everyone has to find their path.
100%. I mean, everybody is different, and you just have to do your own research, just know what you're doing. And 100%, the main thing is to stop eating all the processed foods that they're throwing at us, especially for the people who are trying to cut out the meats and trying to diet. And then you go and you eat these things that they say are healthy for you that absolutely aren't.
That have all the seed oils and all the crap in it. Yeah.
And that's my suggestion to anyone that asks me, because I mean, you just don't know what people are going through. Most people don't know what they're going through themselves either. But definitely go get your blood work done, and don't go eat McDonald's every day.
Right.
Everything in moderation is fine, but
Sundays, pizza Sundays.
Food, that's what's the biggest
killing
deal.
So many people.
Yeah. And I mean, we did the whole vegan thing for a little while. That's a whole different deep dive story. But, I crave cheeseburgers every single day. And that's all I ever wanted. So then I would just like eat things that were, fake cheeseburgers or fake burgers. And that, in my opinion, was worse for me than just having a cheeseburger.
Because there's so much crap in it.
Right.
Yeah.
And once I went back to just cheeseburgers and good grass-fed meat, life was so much better. And the weight just dropped. And it was really nice. And I feel better.
Yeah.
More importantly, I feel better. I have so much energy. And I think that's the most important. That's
the rewarding part.
Like you get older, and we're trained to think that because you're getting older that you're supposed to be falling apart and that you're supposed to have pain and that you're supposed to be tired. And that's not true. I'm 40 and I feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I attribute that to my diet and to Pilates.
Yeah.
100%.
That's awesome. I love hearing that story. And
I know, I do too. Yeah. And my sister does functional medicine. So she's big on, you don't take the prescriptions and the cholesterol. It's all about the ratios and, and
until you've done a little research and done a little legwork. Yeah.
Right. And she's big on like vegetarian, but she's like, no, but if you eat meat and it is based on your blood type too. Right. So
yeah, there is a whole deep dive into that too.
But she's like, it needs to be grass fed, like
wild caught salmon only, please.
Wild caught. Yes.
We also only do raw dairy too, but that can really freak people out. But we've been doing that for years, and we've never been sick.
That's what works for you. Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, good. Well, let's get to the workout.
Let's get to class. We got to work out now.
I know. After this, one more glass and then go.
Plant, I know. I'll try to capture that on video.
My words the whole time I'm trying to teach you guys. So we'll do this together.
You can blame us. Be like, Guenn and Krista did it.
Sorry, next.
Pour champagne for everybody as they walk in, so they're all on.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Perfect.
This is going to be a whole different kind of practice class.
Yes. All right. Well, check out the Daily Pilates in Ballantyne. It's awesome. You got to just come in here and get the experience.
Congratulations, Kim, on everything you guys have going. This is awesome. So happy for you.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yes.
Happy to support.
Yes. And thanks for having us.
Yeah. Do it.
All right. Sorry, next. Off to our class.